bienvenidos a una video reacción más a Espero. Y hoy se enfrentan dos protagonistas jóvenes de anime modernos que albergan dentro de sí entidades poderosas, fueron marcados por la tragedia y luchan contra amenazas existenciales. Yuji versus Denji, Jujutsu Kaisen versus Chainsaw Man. Probablemente una de las batallas más esperadas. Y veamos, Yuji Itadori, el gallo,
nuestro querido gallo Yuji Itadori.
Pues, ¿qué decir? No me he visto Jujutsu Kaisen, solamente sé que Yuji Itadori tiene super fuerza, es experto en artes marciales y puede hacer eso de la expansión de dominio. Y bueno, es todo lo que sé. Como ya repetí, no me he visto Jujutsu Kaisen, así que voy con Denji de Chainsaw Man, quien era un pobre niño cuyo padre le había dejado una gran deuda, hasta que conoció al demonio Pochita. Y así creció, y luego se enfrentó a uno y luego murió, pero Pochita se fusionó con él, creando así a Chainsaw Man. Súper fuerte, es súper rápido, es muy resistente, tiene un gran factor curativo, o sea, le cortan el brazo, las piernas o incluso la cabeza, y él sigue viviendo y se regenera consumiendo sangre. Ha enfrentado a varios demonios, como el demonio de las katanas, el demonio de las pistolas, Makima, Reze, el demonio de las bombas, y a Asa barra Yoru barra el demonio de la guerra. Denji tiene transformaciones, primero está la transformación básica, y luego cuando Pochita toma el control se pone el Chainsaw Man negro, y por último está la transformación de Denji Man. Y cuando Chainsaw Man devora algo, eso deja de existir. A ver, como ya lo repetí, no me he visto Jujutsu Kaisen, así que voy con Denji de Chainsaw Man. Y además yo creo que va a ganar por su factor regenerativo. O sea, incluso, le corta la cabeza, sigue viviendo. Incluso si se arranca el corazón, que es Pochita, sigue viviendo. También está eso de que lo devora algo y ese algo deja de existir. O sea, es muy difícil de matarlo. Aunque en el manga de Chainsaw Man, al final Pochita se termina comiéndose a sí mismo para crear un mundo nuevo donde no exista Chainsaw Man. Creo que es la única forma de matarlo, creo. Muy bien, ok. Dicho esto, me voy a callar ya. Como siempre, el link de original está en la descripción. También el canal de Espero. Y voy a reaccionar esto del canal de Gato como Mostacho. También tienen el link al video subtitulado y a su canal. Muy bien, así que me voy a callar ya y voy a comenzar la reacción a Yuji versus Denji, Jujutsu Kaisen versus Chainsaw Man. Y comenzamos en 3, 2, 1, play.
Say your prayers.
Fight!
Yuji versus Denji.
The Vessel of Sukuna versus the Chainsaw Man.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win
a Death Battle. Vamos, Denji. Yo confío en Denji. Esa hamburguesa. Y un demonio.
Oh man. Oh no. You're fine. You're fine. This wasn't my fault.
I've never felt such a weird cursed energy like his before.
Say your prayers.
Ahí está. Woo.
You're a chainsaw curse?
Oh no! I'm the hero to all. Kicker asses, magnet to chicks.
De los chingadazos.
Devil,
So, oh.
Let's finish this. Chainsaw instant death technique.
¡Oh! En los huevos.
Batter up, pink-haired punk-ass bitch.
Las cadenas. Se me dio las cadenas.
Wait for it. I realized you had 2 cursed energy sources in one body, so I separated them. Speaking of...
Oh.
Domain expanded.
Expansión de dominio.
You messed up, baby! Pochita and I are brothers! You'll never keep us apart!
Oh. Oh, les ha cortado todo. ¡Woohoo!
Domain expansion.
Oh, otra vez.
Finally got you to stop moving! See? We can be smart too, huh?
Punk ass bitch.
Try it!
A human and a curse. Brothers. You don't see that every day.
All right, Pochita. I wonder if that burger place is still open.
¡No, no, Denji!
If Yuji Itadori was one thing, he was strong. Just not strong enough today.
Let's break this down into 4 chapters. Their speed,
Habilidad,
skill,
habilidad,
abilities,
capacidades
and
y poder.
power.
First off, who was faster?
Yuji's greatest speed feat is the Black Flash. In order to apply cursed energy within 1 microsecond of a strike, Yuji would have to move and react at over 900 times the speed of sound.
Insanely fast. But remember that time Denji dodged that flag that Yoru summoned from the moon? You know, the one that's over 200,000 miles away?
Considering Denji's position from start to impact, all while in the midst of a fast-paced battle, this must have happened in a matter of seconds.
We'll lowball it and say 10. Though it'd probably have to be faster to use against Denji in a fight.
This means the flag must have been moving over 12% the speed of light.
Over 100 times faster than the Black Flash.
Now, Yuji has gotten significantly stronger since his adolescence, but we know for a fact that in Jujutsu Kaisen, relativistic speeds are something humanity has explicitly not yet achieved.
So it's pretty clear that Denji takes speed.
Ok, Denji toma
Yuji has made a
es
career
más
out
rápido.
of going up against enemies far out of his league by relying on his skill.
And what a career it's been! He defeated the King of Curses all before he was even an adult, and he continued to train and master his jujutsu techniques for decades.
Whereas Denji, while certainly a clever, unorthodox fighter, would often get by due to his sheer stubbornness and durability more than anything else.
With Yuji's greater experience and martial arts combined, he was definitely the more skilled
Ok, se
fighter.
lo
What wasn't as
gana
clear-cut
Yuji.
was who had the better abilities.
Habilidades.
Specifically, how well they can cut each other and how well they can heal from being cut. So I guess it's their cut ability.
Both could survive pretty insane wounds, though Denji's devil healing factor was superior.
The most Yuji has ever healed were some big slashes against his stomach.
And while other similarly powerful sorcerers like Gojo could regenerate lost limbs, Denji could regenerate almost all of his body from a single cord pull. That being said, Yuji's soul-targeting attacks have done lasting damage against those with superior healing like Mahito.
Not just that, but literally splitting 2 souls apart. That's how he beat Sukuna, and he could potentially do the same thing to break apart Denji and Pochita.
However, it's not so simple. Sukino was already severely weakened at the time, and it took Yuji several hits to separate him and Megumi.
And on top of that, even if Denji and Pochita were split up, we know they keep a metaphysical connection when apart. In fact, they were split up when they were fighting Makaba, and they had no problem rejoining. No reason they couldn't do it again here.
However, Denji's healing factor isn't unlimited. He'll need blood to heal eventually, and the range and speed of Yuji's slashes would force Denji to tank them to get up close.
Even if he could, Yuji's healing factor wouldn't last nearly as long against Denji's chainsaws. But then Yuji could back off, Denji chase him, and so on.
Like an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object, neither had a clear edge in cut ability.
Okay,
So
están
what
a
it
la par.
ultimately came down to was power.
Power.
Who could do the most damage and wear
Poder.
the other guy down first?
Yuji slicing apart an entire city is one of the most impressive feats in all of Jujutsu Kaisen. By measuring the clouds of dust created in his attack's wake, we can estimate he launched over 5.5 million tons of debris into the air. That kind of force is equivalent to over 3 megatons of TNT, comparable to a hydrogen bomb.
But unfortunately for Yuji, while he could cut apart a city, Denji was Oregon level.
The state of Oregon is the 9th largest in the Union by total area, nearly 100,000 square miles. By estimating its volume, Yoru compressed a mass weighing over 750 trillion tons. One swing from that sword would hit with an energy of over 30,000 megatons of TNT.
Which is like 10,000 hydrogen bombs. And not only did Denji survive a swing, he straight up overpowered it. That's insanely strong, but not inconsistent. Like the time Yoru fired that globe-spanning near-light-speed bullet from the Statue of Liberty.
Sure, Yuji's citywide dismantle was done casually, but so was Yoru crumpling Oregon. Yuji's dismantles would need to be 1,000,000% stronger to do significant damage to Denji.
Especially with Denji's OP healing factor too.
Denji takes the final edge in power. All Denji needed was one good hit to finish the fight. And with his far greater speed, it was only a matter of time.
What can I say, Yuji? Denji's just got that dog in
Las
him.
The
perros.
winner is Denji,
The Chainsaw Man.
Next time
A ver,
on
siguiente.
Death Battle.
¿Sentry?
Subscribe
Sentry
and join as a
versus
member to see
Superboy
more Death
Prime.
Battle. Thanks for watching.
¡Wow! Fue cine esta increíble batalla entre Yuji y Denji. La animación fue muy buena animación para hacer 3D. Cuando se enfrentan, cuando Yuji usa expansión de dominio, Denji usa sus motosierras, su cadena. Me dio risa cuando Denji le pateó en los bajos a Yuji, o fue el demonio de las bolas.
Y luego el demonio de las bolas vino tras sus bolas y lo atacó.
La música también estuvo increíble, y evidentemente la voy a traducir. Estará máximo el día viernes. Ganó Denji por tener más poder y más velocidad. Yuji Tadori puede ser el gallo, pero no pudo contra Chainsaw Man. Y primer combatiente de Chainsaw Man en ganar una Death Battle fue Denji. Wow, sorprendente. Ok, siguiente batalla: Sentry versus Superboy Prime. Marvel versus DC. Hace tiempo que no tenemos un Marvel versus DC, pero siendo sincero, yo digo que Superboy Prime va a ganar. ¿Por qué? Porque Superboy Prime, su poder es de escala multiversal, y no creo que Sentry sea capaz de soportar eso. Ok, en fin, eso sería todo. No se olviden, como siempre, comentar, suscribirse, compartir, dejar un buen like. Díganme qué les pareció esta batalla de Yuji versus Denji, y quién va a ganar la siguiente, Sentry o Superboy Prime. También el link del video original está en la descripción, también el canal de Death Battle, el link al video subtitulado de Gato con Mostacho y a su canal. Ok, y nos vemos. Chao.
Es aquí.